as can be. But luckily, the solution is so simple, and it's as safe as eating a salad. Only you won't have to choke down a single vegetable to make this reversal technique work for you. When scientists realized that PDS also exists elsewhere in nature in mega amounts, they extracted it and put it through a series of tests on senior volunteers. Researchers noted that the changes were so dramatic, it was like rolling back their brains' clocks 12 full years. Much to their surprise and delight, it acted just like the body's natural PDS, only a supercharged version. Here's what happened in the first clinical study. 149 senior patients suffering from a wide range of memory problems were divided into two groups. The first was given 300 milligrams of PDS once per day for 12 weeks. The other, a phony placebo treatment to make them think they were doing the same protocol. But the proof was in the PDS group, and what happened next will blow your mind. By the end of those 12 weeks, only the group taking the real thing found that their memory had significantly improved, with the most improvement shown in their ability to remember names and faces. How their families must have cried the happiest tears when they returned home and recognized their husbands, wives, children, and grandchildren once again. Do you have a loved one suffering from the ravages of Alzheimer's disease? What would it mean to you to give them their life back and to have all of them back? To watch the light return to their eyes as they remember you once again. But PDS doesn't just stop with the gift of remembering names and faces. It was even able to pull patients out of the depths of dementia, keeping their minds crystal clear even after they stopped taking it. That's right, in a second group of senior patients suffering from dementia, researchers saw drastic memory improvement, especially in their word recall, using the same PDS protocol in just 12 weeks. But when the researchers followed up with the patients in their homes a full 3 months after the study ended, they were shocked to find that their brain improvements were still as strong as the day they left the lab. So even though the patients hadn't continued doing the PDS protocol on their own, their minds were just as sharp and they were able to remember words just as easily as 3 months before. I want to stop for a second and point something out that's very important. The fact that they no longer had to take it, but still saw the same results. Could this mean that dementia has finally been cured? I can't wait for you to see the entire PDS protocol and see just how easy it is to do. Again, it is something your body already creates naturally, so there are no harmful side effects. And it's all waiting for you on page 7 in your free copy of the Insider's Book of Secrets, The Real Cures Buried by Clinton's Cartel. Every single page inside the Insider's Book of Secrets has been thoroughly researched, vetted, and approved by our organization to make sure these cures are the real deal and you get real results. In fact, these are the only natural cures in the world that HSI is awarding the prestigious Gold Seal of Approval. Show your copy to your own doctor, and I'm positive he'll be impressed by the articles inside. He might even start using some of them himself. All the instructions are there to do the PDS protocol yourself in the comfort of your own home, including correct dosage, where to get it, and even tips on a few other ingredients you can add if you want to see even faster or more potent results. You'll be amazed by what it can do for you too. I can't wait to send you your free copy to get started, but before I do, you must hear about amazing cure number 3 on our countdown. If I offered you a piece of candy that promised to erase your arthritis pain in just 7 days, would you take it? Or would you think that it sounds too good to be true? Before you decide for yourself, here's what the cartel has been keeping under wraps. Did you know that there are currently over 301 drugs on the market to treat arthritis pain? Maybe you even take 1 or 2 of them yourself, like Celebrex, prednisone, or meloxicam, because if you're suffering from severe pain, you know there's nothing worse than seeing how it can rob you of all the joys in life. Or that creeping feeling when you realize that pain now is a permanent part of your life, and what if it gets worse? Or when it gets too bad to manage, how will you go on? The cartel knows this feeling so well, they prey on helpless people living in constant pain, while pushing pure poison down their throats. And yes, I mean poison. Every day, painkillers take enough lives to fill out an entire football team roster. And worst of all, these are honest folks with prescriptions, taking them as directed. No junkies or abusers here. Picture one entire NFL team being wiped off the planet today, tomorrow, and every single day after that with no explanation. There would be round-the-clock coverage on every major news network in America. So why doesn't the FDA let the American public know how dangerous these pills are? It's simple, really. Pain pills are the darlings of the prescription world, and they're how Hillary's cartel can afford to fill their closets with Italian leather loafers. In 2010, the Centers for Disease Control estimated that enough prescriptions were being written for painkillers to medicate every single American adult around the clock for an entire month. And Consumer Reports found that 300% more prescriptions are being doled out today when compared to a decade ago. Here's the truth they'll never tell you. If you're dealing with chronic pain, there's a 90% chance you were prescribed something that the cartel knew wouldn't help you long term. That's right, studies have shown that when dealing with chronic pain like arthritis, fibromyalgia, or multiple sclerosis, painkillers offer zero relief in the battle long term. Why? Because by design, their only purpose is to help with short-term pain, like if you had a tooth pulled or a broken bone. They don't go to the root source of your pain to cure what's causing it. Instead, they only mask the symptoms, and they're highly addictive. So you have to take more and more and more to keep the pain at bay until it's too late. With so many people dependent on them, it's no wonder Hill's cartel wants us to keep using them forever. They would be furious to lose all of that cash. In fact, they'll probably have to put their mega yachts up for sale when word of this gets around. A true arthritis solution exists that does what prescription painkillers can't. Finally, there's a cure that fixes the underlying cause of your pain and makes sure it never comes back. This wonder substance is called EGM, and it naturally contains mega amounts of collagen, plus more than a dozen amino acids, essential proteins, and healing minerals, all things that your body craves to be healthy and pain-free. So when researchers were able to extract EGM and put it to the test in the lab, they were blown away to see their patient's pain practically erased, starting in as little as 7 days. And by the end of the short study, every single person in the group reported an average 72.5% decrease in overall pain, 75.9% reduction in range of motion related pain, and even a 43.7% increase in flexibility. And again, this was all starting in just 7 days. What would that mean for you to wake up 7 days from now with your pain gone? Now, EGM checked the box of being able to relieve widespread pain while working fast. But could it do the same for something more targeted, like arthritic knees and hips? So in the next study, 44 patients with severe arthritis in their knees and hips were given 500 milligrams once a day for 8 weeks. And even though the study was supposed to last 8 weeks, patients reported to the researchers on day 10 that they were already seeing dramatic improvements. And on day 60, they reported feeling a full 35% better for pain and 29% less stiffness. The way EGM works is genius, because the second you start using it, it goes to work immediately in a dual action way. First, it erases pain and stiffness quickly to get you back to doing all the things in life you love most, all the while working to rebuild the connective tissues and cartilage, the foundation for happy joints and a pain-free you, so you can look forward to a brighter future without pain and worry in as little as 7 days. But can pain pills do all that? Nope, not even close. That's what makes EGM so superior, and I've saved the best part for last. I promised you a no-pill solution to get rid of your arthritis, and that's what you'll get in your free copy of the Insider's Book of Secrets, The Real Cures Buried by Clinton's Cartel. You see, EGM is not a pill, diet, drink, or even an intense protocol. In fact, it's a chewy type of candy with a delicious cherry flavor. Eat a piece of candy a day and say so long to pain for good? Yes, it's really that easy. But a fair warning, the Insider's Book of Secrets contains the only verified source of EGM, the same one that they used in the studies I mentioned earlier. So if you want real pain-free results on demand, you must use only this source. I found that the internet is crawling with imposters claiming to have the same type and amount of EGM in various products, but they're all as fake as a $3 bill. Don't waste your time or your money. Just say yes to claim your free Insider's Book of Secrets guide in the next few minutes. Inside, you'll get page 1, the sour honey secret that kills cancer cells 2 ways, exterminating them on contact and forcing them to self-destruct. Page 7, the entire PDS protocol for Alzheimer's and dementia for a razor-sharp memory in 12 weeks. Page 11, the only source for the EGM arthritis candy that whisks away pain in as little as 7 days, and so much more, all verified by HSI and awarded the gold seal of approval. In fact, I've only scratched the surface of every incredible solution found in the Insider's Book of Secrets. Hillary's cronies are going to be livid when news of the #2 cure gets out, because it's a problem that affects over 50 million American adults right this second. Deep, restful sleep is crucial for the human body to function normally. But sadly, most of us also consider it a luxury. Whether it's falling asleep, staying asleep, or just feeling like we got some good rest, why is it so hard to do? Well, it turns out that bad sleep is actually hardwired into us as we age. It has to do with the amount of REM sleep, that's the deepest kind, that we get tons of as children, but drops off more and more as we get older. The older we get, the harder it is to sleep through the night, and that even goes for the healthiest human beings on the planet. So if you're a senior, you could be doing all the right things, watching your caffeine before bed, making sure you're staying active, and your bedroom is distraction-free, and your body still won't let you sleep. No wonder we're desperate to get some good sleep, because we physically can't. With so many Americans practically begging for sleep, you can bet the cartel is salivating over the idea of that payday, with seniors being their prime target. Unfortunately, the cartel is also conveniently covering up the fact that their harmless little sleep pills do the most damage to folks over the age of 60. There's overwhelming proof that if you're over the age of 60 and have taken a sleeping pill in the last year, chances are high that you will soon suffer from confusion or memory loss, fall and break a hip, and even end up in the hospital unexpectedly. In fact, emergency room visits have doubled in the last 5 years due to sleeping pills. But even if you're lucky enough to avoid the hospital, a broken bone, or memory problems, there's one even bigger risk the cartel is covering up: death. A 2014 study recently found that across the board, sleeping pills increase your risk of early death 200%. 200%. And even folks who took an occasional pill weren't immune. In fact, people who took less than 1.5 pills per month were 350% more likely to face death before their time. Why am I telling you all this? Because you deserve the truth and the information to protect yourself. That's why I'm also so excited to show you this natural sleep trick that will give you the good night's sleep you deserve, the safe way, with zero risk of nasty side effects or death. That deep, restful REM sleep I mentioned earlier, well, scientists have found a way to trick your body into creating more of it by calming the chemical receptors in your brain that control how you feel, think, and react. Think of it as a light dimmer. It doesn't completely turn off those signals, it just takes them out of overdrive to put you in a super relaxed state. And the result? No more insomnia or anxiety keeping you awake at random hours. Just peaceful sleep and the feeling of true rejuvenation the next morning when you open your eyes. And best of all, since it's completely natural, there are no side effects. Surprisingly enough, this trick is actually over 3,000 years old and is even prescribed by doctors in countries around the world. It's not meditation or some new agey mumbo-jumbo, a calming essential oil, or even a pill you take before bed. Nope, it's actually a simple sleep cocktail made of all natural ingredients you can make right in your own kitchen and enjoy on your own time whenever it's convenient for you. Because it just puts your body into a calmer, not a sleepy or zombified state, you can enjoy the brain benefits around the clock. Just stir up a quick glass and immediately enjoy the full benefits of what the drink delivers. More focus during the day and sweet, restful sleep night after night. And because every ingredient is non-habit forming, you can feel good knowing that you can use it as often as you need it without fear of addiction. Or feel free to use it once, even if you just need it to get you through an especially tough time. Listen to the story of 60-year-old Denise C., who recently went through this hellish nightmare. It was an unbearable year. Both of my parents